All right.
What's
David,
going
what's
on?
going on, King?
Not much. And you?
Great, brother. Doing great, man. Lots of work happening behind closed doors, so I'm excited. I'm charged up. Can't complain, man.
Yes, sir.
Jacob, how are we doing today,
Yeesh.
brother?
Hey, what's happening, fellas? I'm good. I'm good. Thank
Man, it's
you.
been
How you
what,
doing, man?
like 6 weeks?
It's been a while, not six
Yeah, it's
though,
been a
no.
while.
He been putting work in the back end, man.
Yeah,
He
I
don't
haven't
got
got a
time.
lot of time, but when I do, I want to be here, guys. So I'm excited.
Trust
Good
me.
to have you back.
Whenever you don't see Alice, he's putting in work in the background.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Undenied.
Hello, Jacob. It's been a while since I haven't seen you too.
How you doing, man? Happy New Year's, bro.
Happy
It's
New
good.
Year
It's
too.
good. It's good seeing you. You looking good, man.
Thank you, bro. You do
You got
too.
it.
You do
Thank you.
too. Let's go.
I'm feeling a little bit better too. I've been going through my changes, but I'm feeling a little bit better, man.
Hmm.
We'll see what the future holds for me. See if I can get everything halfway back to where it should be.
Only greatness. You already know.
It's the thought. It's the thought that counts.
Hmm.
No, I'm feeling good. I'm glad I got a chance to make it on time, and I got it sorted out last week. I had my
Hmm.
times mixed up. Let's see what it says. This meeting is being recorded, but we good.
Patrick, aproximo por this.
What's up, bro?
How you doing,
How you
brother?
doing, guys?
Good, man. Practicing
Hello,
my
Patrick. Nice to meet
Croatian,
you.
man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, guys. My eighth language is gonna be full Croatian. No, I'm trolling.
Do you already know how to talk on like speaking that language? A little bit?
Couple of sentences. Yeah,
Couple of sentences.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
I would
I
like to
know
know
exactly.
your method. I would like to know your
How the
method
fuck
though.
you making time to learn languages
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
anyways?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. For real.
where you find the time in your day? Do you like set out like an hour block or something?
So it depends. When I was studying Spanish, yeah, I was doing an hour, but I was also immersed in that society.
Yeah.
But if I'm not in the society, like for example, right, with Chinese, I would study like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and I would
And you
listen and
pick
then
up on it like that?
yeah, yeah, I don't
Sheesh,
know.
what the-
I haven't developed an exact method yet, but 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and then when you encounter somebody from that country, you try to speak with them, and then you just start to slowly understand
Mm.
what they're saying, and then you just start speaking.
Do you think it's easier for somebody who already knows two or more languages to learn another one compared to somebody who doesn't know any other language except for their native tongue?
Good question. I've been asked this question often. I think it depends on the language because, for example, since you already, it depends on what your mother tongue is. For example, if you grew up speaking Slavic languages, you can pick up Slavic languages
Yeah.
easier. If
Yeah.
you grew up speaking a language like English, which is from Latin and kind of Germanic, you would be able to pick up Dutch and Spanish easier as opposed to going to Japanese or Korean.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, like for me, my mother tongue is Creole, which is a fusion of different West African like
Mm.
Bantu languages, French, which is from Latin. So that's why like I could pick up Latin languages easy, but also West African languages too, Bantu languages. Chinese is just, I don't know. I put in the work.
You know,
Yeah. All right, fellas. So that's 5 minutes after, man. Let's get started. Welcome to another Q&A, fellas. Happy New Year. So as we always do, this is a Q&A. Make sure to take advantage, guys. The better the quality of your question is, the more in-depth answer I can give you. So whether that pertains to any business questions, dating questions, personal life questions. That being said, as we typically do, I want to hear a little bit about your week, some struggles, some victories, and then in the end, any question that you have, just shoot. Doesn't matter how deep it is, how embarrassing it is, nothing is off limits. So let's get started.
I'll pop it off.
No, go ahead.
It's good to see everybody. As far as my wins, just my mobility. You know, there was something that I was thinking about because I was feeling better. And I noticed the difference in my mood, in my patience, and everything else when I feel physically better. And that was based off of a comment that I made off somebody's post in the app. And as I was feeling better, I realized that I was able to have more patience with the people that are important to me. And I think that's a win, being present and being aware of what I'm going through and trying my best to work my way up out of it. Struggles, redeveloping the routine because I've been thinking about it lately. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, man, I gotta like when I'm waking up, I'm not jumping straight to my pills. I'm not running for these right away when I wake up now. So I'm like, shit, I gotta get back on that routine. I gotta get my notepads out. I got to run over the things where my mind was at when I was in a different space to try and jump back into where I was a few months ago to try and continue to move forward and reestablish my goals and get back on track. That it's going to be challenging for me because I could tell because I've developed a routine, even though I wasn't trying to. I've developed this routine that I've been doing, and it's outside of the one that I created for myself. So I know it's going to be challenging for me. I sat down yesterday and I just started going over some material that I have to memorize and definitions and terms and shit like that. And it was challenging to stay focused on it, you know. And my eyes are even adjusting different because I haven't been reading. I've been looking at videos and shit, but I haven't been reading from the screen. And that's part of why I choose to study the way that I do. Like I'll print stuff out and I'll look at it on paper because my eyes adjust to it different. So it's like little things like that that made me realize, yeah, I got to take my ass over here to this eye doctor, give me some more, get my bifocals shit situated. Even though my eyes, they're not bad. The last time I did an eye exam, it was probably been 3 years ago. And they said I had 20/20 vision, but they gave me a prescription to enhance it. And they said, well, you know, use the bifocals when you're reading, driving at night, or watching TV, or looking at my phone, whatever the case may be, for extended amounts of time. So the challenge for me is like the mental. I was thinking about, I even forgot the name of the morning routine audios and things because I haven't been on it. Like that's not what I think about when I raise up. I'm thinking about to manage this shit, you know. So I feel like I'm behind in a way, but me tapping in with this call, me tapping in with the app and just looking at the way how you guys are on track, it helps me. It really does. I appreciate y'all, brothers. Thanks for putting this call together like I always do, man. Shout out to Dudley for making this shit happen, you know. And I know that it requires strength to maintain what you're doing and then building your own brand in different areas, you know what I'm saying? So salute to you. It's good seeing y'all, brothers, man. That's about it.
And shouts out to you for doing the work, for exercising awareness, you know, and just keeping yourself consistent in the face of being hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're physically ill, everything goes out the wayside. So salute to you for having that awareness and trying to the best of your ability to still stay on top of what you have to do for you.
Most definitely. One thing, a quote that I heard, it's relevant. They say that you can have 100 problems, but when you have health problems, you only got one problem. That's it.
Yep.
You know, so it's very relevant. It's very relevant. And like I always say, I try not to be like repeating the same thing. It's just that I've been repeating the same thing. And you made it very clear, like this is the space to do that, because where else you gonna do it? No one else wants to fucking hear you complain, you know. So I try to keep it to the chest and just communicate with y'all. But I know you guys are still on the same frequency. And I just be like trying to catch up. I'm trying to catch up. Well, not catch up, keep up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And as a team and as a unit, they always say that, you're only as fast or as strong as the weakest or slowest man. And I never want to be that weak or slow man. So
yeah,
I'm just trying to keep up. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm just
Yeah.
trying to keep
At the
up.
end of the day, too, it's important that men have a space where they can converse and share amongst each other because it's true. The world doesn't give a fuck about us. We have to produce. And to be honest, I prefer it that way. I would rather share amongst my brothers who are going to understand the plight of a man as opposed to speak to my woman about it and then she starts to lose respect. Nah, we're going to talk about men shit with men and then we go out in public and we keep it quiet and we just work and produce. That's
That's
how it
it.
is. But when you're physically ill, everything stops. And this is exactly why I structured the program the way that I did. Chapter one is mindset. Chapter two, we get right into it. Health,
Mm.
toxic chemicals, understanding your body, feeding your mind and the body. Then we get into the communication, speaking different languages, traveling, and the business and all that shit. If your
I,
mind and your body isn't sound, you cannot be a Renaissance man because you won't have a sound mind.
I think it's important, and that's the foundation of moving in the right direction. I absolutely agree with you, man. That's why I can appreciate what it is that you've created for us. Absolutely. Much respect to you, brother.
Igualmente, my brother. Much respect, man. All right. Who wants to take it next? David.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it was like a great week. Progress was still made, but this week I think I fell back a lot just on just like self-sabotage. And I think it's really because I didn't stick to the plan, whether it's with my meditations and stuff like that. I haven't even read my C type in maybe 2 3 days. And I think that really brought a lot of like strife and old stuff just got brought up because of it, because it really was when I stopped doing all those things or when I slowed down from all those things for a few days. Um, and it's just little mental games just picking at you, you know, trying to trying to test your resolve. Um, because even though business is fine, there's a few days I haven't been able to get anything because shit, it's really just analyzing products for the most part. But that's just a part of it. So business is fine. Women, I'm getting numbers, stuff like that. Nothing, it's not dry. It's not a drought or anything like that. But it's just those like little mental things that just like have been picking at me, and I just need to pick back up where I don't want to say I need to iterate, you know, uh, reverb the plan and get back to it. You know, I think that's really it. And rerouting those emotions into my work or into my workouts or into my self-development. Um, because I heard somebody say one time, every time you make a bad decision, it's because it's an emotional decision. Every bad decision you've ever made is based off of emotion, right? So I want to, instead of use my emotions, I want to at least redirect those emotions to my work or the things that I need to be doing, because there's no way, like I can't get past this part of my life until I figure this part out, until I figure out how to redirect myself emotionally. Yeah, yeah, that's what we've learned this week.
Okay,
But
yeah.
all around things have been pretty solid. It's just those little things.
Okay. Okay, yeah, because I was gonna ask you, so at this point, David, you're currently the best version of yourself. You're the most confident you've ever been. Trust me.
Yeah,
I I study the film like it's a fucking game. You feel me? Like I watch you guys, like I'm on your accounts, making sure that
Mhm.
you upload, that you scale your brands and everything. My question is because at this point, David, you're the most aware. Well, everybody is the most
Mhm.
aware that they've ever been. So, what do you think triggered you to slip a little bit? That's natural, by the way, too. But what do you think specifically? Like, what sequence of events did you allow to get you in a state to where you slipped up in your routine?
Say not looking at the planner, at the daily planner, like not planning the night before, so I didn't have anything. Even though I'm going into my day knowing what I have to do, it's not right in front of me. So that's
Yeah,
probably one thing, and probably just getting lost in the mental anchors. So, like the pain points, I'll go back and think about that stuff, and it's good fuel. But I think I let myself get a little bit too attached to it in the moment, and I was just thinking about a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of stuff. So I think a mix between that and not just sticking to the plan, no matter the emotion, just stick to the plan. And yeah, I think a combination of those two things set it
yeah,
off
yeah. But you're a boss though, right?
100%. What?
All right, all right then.
He
So,
the boss.
so
He the boss.
exactly. So just always think about it this way, right? When you're leading an organization and you have 20 employees, 40 employees, however big, they're all going to be relying on you. So without your productivity, nobody gets fed. So as men, as bosses, whatever hat that we have to wear, to be honest, people don't give a fuck about our emotions, how we feel. We have to produce. This morning, I didn't want to get up early as fuck, meditate, train. I had a call with Alex. We're doing this shit. I had another call after that. But something that helps me is just always thinking from that C-type role because shit happens, man. Life is fucking hard. Trust me. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to work out half the time. I want to lay down. I don't want to stretch every night. I don't want to have to plan and do all this shit. I just want to have fun. But I'm like, nah, like you said you wanted to be this caliber of a man. So you got to do what dogs do, regardless of, like you said, right? Emotions. So being able to do small things, and this is why setting up these different systems in our lives is so important to anchor ourselves down when inevitably something triggers us to fall back and have that domino
Right.
effect. You feel like for me, like I said, I always got the C type card on me, just so like every time I look at this shit, I can't just stroke my shit. You feel like tonight? I can't just not do this. I can't just like nah. Like we said that we wanted to do this, Dud. So
Right.
let's go all in. And then if you don't do it, it kind of feels shitty, and you're like, damn, like I'm full of shit. I don't want this. So why am I even acting like I do want it? And I never want to feel like
And
that.
it's crazy because even though I made all this progress, you slip up for 1 day, 2 days, it makes you feel like you went right back to zero, even though that's not the case.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, man,
Yeah,
nah, you
yeah,
hit the mark, man.
Bro,
You hit the
that's
mark.
so relatable, David. That's so relatable.
Yeah, that's
Bro, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. It happened to me when I was making $0 a month, and it happens to me
Mm-hmm.
now making $10,000 a month. It doesn't matter.
yeah,
Like when you slip up with the little things, for example, now
yeah.
when I'm gonna talk about that, but I haven't been doing my fully meditations like on the night and even in the morning for the last 3 days. Actually, 4 days. When I've been in the US, I haven't meditated at all. Now I'm back in Spain and I'm like, okay, let's regroup. Okay.
Yeah.
I try to do the meditations and my mind just doesn't focus the same. Like I try to visualize the C type, but it's foggy. So, bro, it happens the same to me, but it's just picking it up. You already know.
Right. Exactly.
yep.
Can't stay
This
down
is
too
why,
long.
bro. This is why I said you got like my concern is not you getting results. Everybody that's joined the inner circle gets results, but can you sustain your excellency and
Yeah.
dominance? That's my concern for you guys. Can you sustain it?
Yeah.
Like that's the difference between somebody that's an all-star and somebody that's a Hall of Famer. Okay, he was good, but is he a great? Is he walking amongst the greats? And that
Mhm.
type of mentality, like I said, you're going to have to lose some screws and be maniacal. But the good thing is you're going to have to be crazy about yourself, your process, and what you're doing it for.
Yeah.
That's the
No,
good shit.
100%. I mean, you hit the mark, hit the nail right on the head. So
Yeah.
just gotta stick to the plan.
And you have
Stick to
been
the fucking plan. Yeah.
exactly obsessed. You feel me? So you might slip a little bit, but as long as you can regroup, right? Nobody on this
Mhm.
call is perfect, including myself, right? I like big booty hoes at times. And like sometimes you feel me, like I might spend too much time with some women. You know what I'm saying? When I know I gotta go to bed at this time because I have a call in the morning with Alex
Mhm.
or something. But it's like, all right, we acknowledge it. We're not perfect. And we put systems in place to where, all right, at 7, I'm done with this bitch. Okay, let's go back to work. You know what I mean? So that's an example.
Sure.
uh Jamil.
Yes, yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All
Sir.
right. Because I have these headsets on, I have someone in the house. Uh, so it's good that I have the headsets on. Yeah, so this week, I think like everyone, I have my struggles. It's mainly with my back. My back been doing its own thing, but it's pretty straightened out now. Um, I think once I keep it warm, I'm okay. But if it gets a bit cold, man, it starts to cramp up. But something interesting. Yesterday, I um, I was looking at this doctor online on YouTube, and he brought on um, a physical therapist, like a sports therapist. And what the guy was explaining about people with lower back pain is that we avoid trying to do any sports or anything to strengthen the back, the lower back. And we are always focusing on the front. So your core, your abs, your what do you call them? Glutes, um,
Obliques.
obliques. And we're always focusing here, but never really strengthening the back. So he gave some exercises, one of which the one where you go like this and you keep your back continue. So I'm gonna try to see if I can incorporate those into my training because I fully recognize what he's saying, you know, that I'm always focusing on my front. I have a strong core, but the back, yeah. Um, I don't put any emphasis on my back at all.
How the
So
Pilates classes in the fitness zone?
Pilates, oh, I haven't been doing that, but my fitness is there. I'm working out on a daily. Um, so that's good. Um, Also my meditations in the morning, they're consistent except for the evening. So because of my workload, so that's another struggle I have. I wrote it down at work. Um, they've placed a few more things on me, so I got a bigger project now that I'm managing. Already had 2 projects. Now I'll have 4 projects, so that's quite a lot of workload. So in the evenings, I'm really, drained. So I haven't been spending a lot of time for myself on, let's say, on the Renaissance stuff with Spanish or anything that is, yeah, fun, fun to do. So let's see how that straightens out because it's pretty early in the month, and so I need to also calibrate with all the new stuff that's happening now. Um, on the other note, there's been a couple of wins. So my website fully translated in Dutch. Um, so that's a really good move. Um, and yeah, I landed another project with a school. So I did a website for a school foundation a few years back, and we finally got to go on the school website. So one of the individual schools, we're going to do the high school website. So that's a nice win. Other than that, I've been maybe something that you guys could tell me about. So I've been trying to get in contact with a guy on LinkedIn, and this guy, I see he's dodging, you know. He said he's gonna call me, he didn't call, but I'm trying to just continue chasing him to see if I can have that talk with him. And my idea is that he is a guy, he looks for individual freelancers to do work. So that could be web work, mobile app development, Python, you name it. And what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to propose to him my services. But I noticed that, yeah, every time he's just, dodging. And should I just continue just to pursue? Well, how would you approach that?
From my perspective, I would go for a lead that genuinely is in need of your service and not trying
Yeah,
to really pursue, because anytime that you're pursuing a prospect, you're losing authority and you're making it seem like you have to get a sale.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's my bread and butter, brother. So if and that happens all the time with that list businesses, with other businesses, like trying to chase customers is the worst things. But it depends of how worth the chance is and how
Right.
many probabilities you have of him actually giving you the job, right? So if it's
Yeah.
a very like this guy, is it from you already had contact? Is fully cold?
Yeah, so it is a guy that I had contact with, but it's probably been 6 years since we
Okay,
last spoke.
but you
So
know him personally.
yeah, and we used to have very good conversations in the past, but I've never proposed to him my services as a team. I worked
Mhm,
with him as an individual before, but I
mhm.
never proposed my services as a team. So now this is a different approach, and I want to try to upsell that. But
Okay. Have you ever worked with him before?
yeah, but
Oh, yeah, you did?
as an
And-
individual. So just as a freelancer, I did some work
Yeah.
for him.
And what was the result? Was it good? He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
happy? What?
yeah. It was good. So we never had no issues. He really liked. We always had a good, let's say, professional relationship.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
been a while, and I know that he may be a guy to get me some interesting work, interesting
Mhm.
contracts, let's say.
So he
So
doesn't like it's not like he posted I'm looking for X. It's more
no,
than
no.
okay.
I want to approach, and
Okay.
for the first time, I wanna propose myself as a team. Like I have a team working behind
Hmm.
me. I'm no longer doing the development myself.
Yes.
So
Okay. In this situation, um, well, I'm going to share my screen. Maybe this can help someone else too, if that's okay with everybody. And I'm gonna use a Miro board just to tell you what I would do in this situation because I deal with this all the time.
mhm,
Um, in this situation where you are looking for a client, honestly, the best thing you can do is create some sort of SOP, what it's called, not SOP, but create a presentation, some sort of presentation that is not only gonna work in this case, so you're not just losing time whenever he doesn't, like
yeah,
if he
yeah,
doesn't buy it, right? So you can use
yeah.
it for other types
You said
of
it right because you said it
Mhm.
right because that's my plan. What I'm gonna propose this guy, I would like to do with others.
Mhm.
So it's not gonna be a one-off thing.
Yes, but it's very important that also there is some sort of risk aspect from your side where you create something that is also personalized, right? So you analyze, first of all, what's the value that you can provide. So what are his needs, obvious needs, or I don't know, figure out a way to understand what are his needs. If he has needs and you create a personalized plan that solves these needs, he's gonna give you money. If he doesn't have needs, you confirm it, okay, I cannot help you, then you move away. But before giving the lead out, if you think it's worth it, that's what I say. Find out what are his needs. Can you really help him? And if you do, then I would pitch and create an offer that solves this need, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, well
No
said.
way. Vale, bro. Ya
Yeah,
está.
so
Esto-
since we haven't spoken in a long time, I would have to get him on the call to understand what is he looking for, how has the market changed for him, etc. So that's why I really wanted to get the call. He did text me yesterday saying, "Hey, Jamil, can I call you back?" But he didn't call. But let's see. I think what I'll do, I'll definitely set up a type of offer because what I was gonna do is freestyle a bit. Because yeah, I've talked to him before in the past, but having some type of presentation would be good because then I can reuse as well.
100%.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing, bro. Keep it up.
No, thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah, I agree. Good job, man. Yeah. Qualify him. Ask him what he needs, and then from there, add some type of value initially to get his attention, and then you could try to like serve him on the back end. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Alex, for sharing that.
Of course, G. And I can go next if you want.
Of course,
So,
brother.
get
How
out of the
you
way.
been?
I've been great. I love to be here again with you guys. Honestly, this feels like home, even though there's not everybody, but I can understand that. No puedo, I can't talk about being here all the time because it's not been the case, but I try to be as much as possible. So these past weeks, I just came from the US, visiting family, just, having a great time. Business is being great, honestly. From that side, I'm not preocupado. I'm not worried about that. I obviously want to scale, but in terms of my struggles, the way David was talking about his situation mentally, that happened to me recently, where if you log out for 3 days, literally 3 days, where you are like zero mindset or anything, you just wake up straight, go to the computer and be like a robot. That's okay for the business side, but also you're not being a Renaissance man, and that's not what Dudley taught me, right? So I gotta also go for the mental side and just being more consistent with my meditations and visualizations. But I'm in a spot now, Dudley, that I'm sure you can help me with. Whereas my C type is evolving so much that it's being a little bit unclear. So how could I have my C type as clear as possible, or what steps should I follow to know my new C type? Because I know my old, which is still something that I want to achieve, but I think it can be even more precise,
Is it unclear in terms of like the specific destination you want, or unclear in you thinking about how you're gonna get there?
I guess both a little bit. So at the beginning, and this shifted for me totally when we had that call with Narumi, like a month, where I really saw what my purpose was in life. Before, my C type was only being like having my own hedge fund. I mean, managing millions and millions of dollars, helping people around the world, building this business with you, etc., etc. But now it's been way more specific of, okay, the value I bring to society can be huge, like much bigger of what I thought before. And I think that there's actually been a specific reason why God put me in this earth. And I know that the message that I spread out and the way that I do it I can change millions of lives around the world. And I say millions, I mean millions or billions, you know? And so how kind of, but I know that the trading aspect of my life, which is also something that I love, is not, I'm kind of like sabotaging in there, you know, because trading is very, I love trading, but it's not like I'm adding any value to society, you know,
Yeah.
but I still like it and it makes me money. So, you know, finding that C type that can bring it up all together, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Al final, ¿qué te llama la atención? Like,
Okay.
for you, from my perspective, I already see you speaking on stages. I already see you serving in that capacity. But in terms of your C type, would you agree that you can see yourself in some type of position to where you'll be speaking, you'll be serving on stages?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
actually my C type.
How'd I know? I never asked you that. I could just tell based off of each person on this call and their personality, what type of industry that they're going. Like for example, David, I see David being a coach as he's in the trenches right now, overcoming himself, just like I was, just like I continue am, right? So that being said, it doesn't matter how you're gonna get to speaking on stages. You just have to have that as your North Star, as a compass. So your compass, which is you acting every day, trying different things, being here, is gonna lead you towards there. The same way back when I was timid, insecure, broke, I didn't know I would be a coach, honestly. I never had the intention of being a coach, but my life path took me through all these places, and now I'm walking in alignment with that. So long as your C type is, I want to be the speaker, I want to make 1 million a month or whatever, right?
Mhm.
As you start to evolve, like everybody on this call has, yes, it's going to evolve, but that star of you leading organizations and speaking is still there. Just the
Yeah.
details
Yeah.
aren't really clear.
Okay. So I guess not trying to make it perfect from the beginning. And that's also a reason, I don't know if it happens to anybody else, but the reason I haven't been reading my C type is because I felt that it wasn't perfect. And it's like I didn't want to put something in my mind that was not perfect, but at the same time, it's like,
Yeah, but don't worry about that, man.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
my
yeah.
Yeah.
C type isn't as descriptive as I want it to be. And sometimes I read it and I'm like, damn, I should be more descriptive. And
Hmm.
a few times what I do is I would add a word or two,
Okay.
in
That's
the
great.
morning. So just let it evolve over time. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to do
That's
that too
yeah.
because I used to be so stuck on like making sure it was specifically descriptive. Like,
Mhm.
no, I don't want a gray Aston Martin. I want a blue one. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna have an Aston Martin if I want a rapid blue and it's gray. Just knowing the direction that you're going in and
Yeah.
acting as that man, you're gonna stumble across that reality one day and be like, "Fuck, okay, my Aston Martin is green, but who cares? I got the Aston Martin."
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys. You're the best. That's it.
Of course, brother. I see you speaking on stages, man. I'm serious. I really do, looking like a young Steve Jobs.
100%.
I got a
You say
question
it looks
for
sharp,
Alex.
man.
I got a question for Alex. Alex,
Yeah.
where are you in Spain? Are you close to Barcelona?
Yeah. Very close. Very close.
Yeah,
Like an hour.
like like an hour. I
Mm-hmm.
might be I might be in Spain this month,
Oh,
man.
no way.
Yeah, man. I
Hey,
might
we
go.
gotta.
I might work there for a week. I'm trying to do it as a kind of a renaissance thing. Just going,
Yeah,
just go there because I have the possibility to work from Spain and a lot of countries actually because I work for a big company and one of the things that they give us is like 40 days that we can work in wherever there's a building.
Yes.
So I'm looking at Spain. I'm speaking right now with an engineer who's on one of my teams, and I might
Yes.
stay at his place in Barcelona. So let's talk offline, man.
Of course,
See.
man. We gotta wait. First in-person mastermind is gonna happen sooner than I thought.
it's
Yeah,
happening
man.
this year.
No,
That's
It's
for
good.
sure, for
That's
sure,
good.
for sure.
I'm gonna put that right now.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah.
And I love that you guys are linking up in real life outside of the group too. You feel me? Like that mastermind is gonna be dope. I keep talking about it
Yeah.
because I'm excited for it.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Who wants to go next?
Yeah, I guess I'll go. So speaking about linking up in real life, um, I DM'd Jamil and he helped me with my with like a path that I'm trying to do with this website. Like he gave me a bit of advice there with Shopify and them also. Yeah, I think yeah. Thank you, Jamil, and yeah, I think I'll just dive right in. Well, this week has been I think bittersweet, I guess. Um, well, with the mindset, I am yeah still following the C-type goal, but again, like Alex, mine is it continuously evolves. It's changing. So I think again, from your advice, it's just about keeping it, keeping, let's say, a few of the fundamentals. Like some things really don't change about the C-type goal, I guess. So yeah, so that's for the mindset and also visualizing every morning, meditating. Yeah, it's been quite a change because I'm literally seeing. I don't know about you guys, but I'm literally seeing like opportunities, like doors starting to open, and it's quite interesting. Even though let's just say the money is not as it's as I would want it to be anyway. So yeah, well, that's that about the mindset. Well, I have another question. Let me just ask a question about leadership. I don't know if you have any of you have worked with women, but they tend to be a bit feisty and probably I would call it disrespectful. So yeah, one of these girls that we work with, she 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 got some work put on her desk, and well, I think she believes that work doesn't belong to her, so she's kind of like lashing back in in the office space where everyone can see, and like like saying like don't send people to my desk for this kind of work because I'm not responsible for it. You are, and all that. So I'd just like to have let's say feedback on that, and yeah, that's that for let's say mindset. Um, for AI and learning, it's like I said, the doors just keep opening. I literally found someone on YouTube who has who shared a link in his description that brought me still to school, and I literally signed up for their AI automation agency, which is something that is just so exciting. I mean, with the work that I was able to do with some family members the other week, I literally see like a pathway for this AI work that I can be doing even here in Kampala, because a lot of people would like to know like how can AI help them in their businesses, and it's the possibility is just endless. I mean, getting into like consultancy with AI is I think the next step. So yeah, it's exciting, but still, yeah, not so much has changed in my situation. So yeah, it's amazing that I get to meet you guys every day. I mean, every other week, and yeah, interact and get to talk to you. So I guess that's it about my week. I'll hear from you then about mindset, dealing with women and their emotions.
Okay, let's tackle one thing at a time. So give me some more context. So this associate that you're working with, you said that she has work that's due for her, but she's lashing out on you specifically or other associates about the
No, no,
work.
no. Me specifically. Me specifically.
Why
It's
you?
because I am the supervisor, I am the lead, I'm the direct leader, and she's sort of like an assistant supervisor. But that work was handed over to her by someone else who left, and it wasn't per se delegate it, but they assumed, our managers assumed that she would be the one handling that work. So she's lashing back at me in public. So what I would want to know is, how do I approach the conversation with her in terms of,
First things first. First things first.
um,
Are you her superior?
yes, I am.
Then what are we having this conversation about? If if the work is for her, right? At least from what I'm understanding from you, if that work is for her, then she has to do it. If not, she can find another job. It's that simple.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
Actually,
go ahead.
oh, you can go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because what you don't want to have is disorder in the company. If Is you still there, or is that me?
I think
Yeah,
we start.
I'm still there. I'm still there.
Okay, yeah. What you don't want to
Yeah.
have is disorder in a company. If everybody is being paid and expected to do a specific role, and you're the overseer, you're the manager, and a task has been sent to her, then she has to do it. The fact that she's disrespecting you in public means that there's a frame issue, which should not be tolerated. Now, when you're dealing with corporate and professionalism, this is a very delicate, sticky situation where really one way to mitigate that is to simply pull her aside like a professional, which in this case will be an excellent skill set for you to master now as you start to aggrandize yourself and gain status. You have to know how to have interpersonal communication as a leader and just simply tell her, this this is for you. You don't have to be a dickhead or whatever, but you'd be like, this is for you, this is what's expected of you. And should you not comply, you can find somewhere else to work. And you have to master the art and how to communicate that in a way to where it's firm, but it's not a threat.
I agree
Yeah,
100%.
I get you.
And and I'll just give you an example of a situation that I had because I worked in some environments where I was a lead, you know, and there was one of the guys that I was working with, and it was an issue that really didn't even have nothing to do with me, and it was somebody that was above me that wrote him up for an interaction. Basically, he called in on a day off. I knew about it, and I never had to tell the assistant manager who the fuck was taking off. I never did. You know, when if anybody took some time off, I'd make sure that the work got done, whatever the case may be. Well, this particular time, the assistant manager just happened to be looking for him, and he comes to me. He's like, "Hey, where's Brandon?" I said, "Well, shit, Brandon's on vacation." He's like, "How come you didn't tell me?" I said, "Because I don't never tell you when people take time off." He told me, and the job's getting done. So, anyways, when he gets back, he writes him up. So, so he starts saying slick shit in front of the rest of the team to me. And so I'm like, all right. So I wait till everybody was doing their thing and I pulled them to the side. It was like break time. But I didn't take his break away from him, but it was like right around that time they were coming back or whatever, and I pulled him to the side and I just described the situation the best that I could to let him know it was like some other shit going on. I never tell him when people take time off unless I need help, whatever the case may be. But the point is, I pulled him to the side, even though he put me on blast in front of the team. There was like 8 of us. He did, and don't you know? Even to this day, it's been like 8 years. Even to this day, he still calls me, man, and he told me it was probably like a week or so later, and he was like, he said, I've always had respect for you because you're a cool dude, but you really gained my respect when I was talking that shit in front of everybody. And you didn't just like come down on me because you could. You pulled me to the side, and that's where you really gained my respect. So I agree 100% with Dudley. You got to have those skills, those communication and people skills to push the agenda, and at the same time hold the proper boundaries, and then get the job done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what a
Yes,
leader
yes.
Okay.
does. That's what a superior man doesn't have to flex his muscle, like I said.
And I got
Mm-hmm.
something to say. It's rhetorical, just for time's sake. But what about you makes her feel like she can disrespect you, whether it's in a public setting or not? So just something to think about.
Mm, mm.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I thought about that too, because they women only act like that when they don't people only act like that when they don't respect you to a certain level. And there is a way to get respect without being forceful. You feel me? That's the art. That's the art of the superior man. So yeah, great rhetorical question.
Dudley, I have a question for you. What would you say to Cass as an actionable step he can do on a daily basis? Oh, shit. That he can, like, when he sees her, how should he act, or so he doesn't have to figure that out by himself.
Yeah,
What
like
he
Jacob said, I would I would pull her aside respectfully, have a conversation, express her actions, how that's unacceptable, right? In a way
Mhm.
that she can understand it, right? Because it's important as leaders that we understand that everybody receives information differently, right? So because you're already pulling her over, she's naturally going to be defensive. So you want to kind of neutralize that situation right there and just have a candid conversation, watch your tone, and be able to convey what you want to say. Perhaps even try to understand her a little bit. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to say, this is not acceptable, this is what's expected, and this is what it's going to be without having to like scream or anything. So um, that's the actionable step, I would say. You can't just avoid talking to her because this is going to consume your mind. Trust me. Confrontation will consume your mind until you confront. You know, most people are afraid of confronting, and then it consumes them, and then they lash out or they get hit. You know, like they do something that's aggressive or passive aggressive. You can neutralize that by just walking up to somebody. It's so simple, and you sleep so much better at night.
Thank you for that.
Indeed, brother. Who's next? Patrick.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, brother?
So, a major thing that has happened for me this week. So, I've seen my friends after a month and a half, maybe 2 months. I don't know exactly, but so I haven't seen them at all since I've been in this program. And when when we got together, it was amazing. First of all, like our conversations, everything was amazing. And second of all, they gave me a lot of compliments. So they said they noticed I started to build muscle. They said they noticed I was more confident. And this was huge for me because I respect them a lot. So one of them is a power lifter. He's a national champion in Croatia. And one of them is in the military. So he's like crazy David Goggins type of guy. So yeah, uh, they've been my friends for years, but now like I've noticed them really started to respect me. So that's been huge for me this week.
Yeah, because you respect yourself, and what being here will do is it's going to give you clarity, right? I'm just somebody that is providing like a layout for you guys, but I want to salute each and every one of you for actually doing the work yourself, right? So as a man starts to gain more clarity on his direction in life and do the work and starts to get confidence, it's gonna radiate off of you. That's probably why.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the things I couldn't be on the last week Q&A, but the breathwork session that we had on the 31st of
Mhm.
December, it was life-changing for me. So I had a crazy spiritual and physical experience too. So so I actually wanted to ask like are we going to have more of those or
Yeah, so I'm talking with Narumi right now. She's traveling through Tokyo. My goal is to bring back the breathwork classes within the month. So yeah, I'm coordinating that right now with her.
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
It was life-changing. Like I, I had like an intense physical experience. Like I was so tense. And then And then when it was time to relax, I don't know how many rounds it was, but the last 2 rounds, I think, like I relaxed completely. I sank into my bed. And also I had like it's a long list. I have it in my journal, but um like spiritual stuff. I've heard some things, I've seen pictures, I've
What did you
seen
see?
so I saw an eye. It was like an eye and it was looking at me. So it was like changing. It was first looking at me in this eye and this eye and this eye.
Mhm.
And then it started to change colors. And after that, I saw footsteps and the words that came into my mind were relax, it's going to be okay. I love you, my child, and things like that. So yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
it was
That
intense.
that sounds like ayahuasca. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Man,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm so happy y'all are getting value from that.
It,
Yeah.
it was it was the first time I had like this out of body experience, you know. It was crazy. Like before this, I've done some Wim Hof breathing. So I've done that. I've it just relaxed me. I didn't have
Yeah.
any like
Cass did that too.
yeah,
See, there's something special about this breath work, and that's exactly why I brought Narumi here because I was working with her on my own blockages, and I was like, I gotta bring her here in the group because just imagine being able to go in these different states and then come back with different answers and downloads and apply it into your business and your life. You're gonna quantum leap, which is where you literally defy reality. Like you just grow so much in like a day. This is real.
yeah, and she's amazing. Like bring her back ASAP, bro.
Yeah, yeah. That's the plan. That's the plan, man. For sure. She's traveling, but yeah, I got y'all, man. And I got a lot more coming for you guys. Like I said, this is only the beta phase. I got a lot more coming for you guys. All right, Chris, last one.
Yeah, so the past couple of days been very productive. Got everything done. Very scheduled too. Like my days are now like layered out. So I do this at this time, this at this time. My content is getting better. Like everything's getting better. I'm getting more subscribers, more views. More people are starting to ask me questions and reach out to me. So I'm aligning with that part of my C-type goal to become more of a person that could help people around me. I started dressing different too a little bit. I'm wearing like a polo type shirt. Usually I wouldn't wear this, but in my goal, I stated that I dress like a sophisticated man. So I'm trying to shift the way I like dress into that person.
Mhm.
The only thing that I'm really like struggling with as far as aligning with my C-type goal is the relationships, like both with women and with my friends. Cause something I've noticed is that as I work, as I do more and more and more, I start to like disconnect from the people that I was friends with before, like people that are always doing things that aren't good for them. Not even just that, but just people that aren't on the grind.
Yeah.
And at the same time, as I grow myself, the more and more I want to teach a woman, the more and more I want to help a woman. But it's tough doing that because these girls, like in my school, I can't mess with them because they're gonna bring me down. So
Mhm.
I'm in like a crossroads where I don't know what to do regarding friends and regarding girls.
Mhm. Yeah. So it's natural that as you grow and elevate that, you're gonna start to weed out people from your life that's not really vibrating on that same frequency. That's exactly why we're all here because we're all anomalies in the cities that we're in, right? We're all striving to be more, right? But at the same time, as it pertains to women and like old friendships, I would just focus on yourself, man. Focus on yourself. Yeah, still be social, but at the end of the day, for me, what helps me is like I know exactly where I'm going and I know the kind of circle I'm gonna have around me. So for me, that kind of excites me. In the meanwhile, while I'm grinding. Whoever comes into my life that stays, they stay. Whoever falls out. And I've had lots of people come in my life and just fall out. This is going to be happening to you for the rest of your life. Some people are in your life for a month, some people 10 years, some people for life. But it's important that we're able to still interact with people, love on people, but not be attached, right? Not be attached to the outcome of them being there for the long term. Because I made a post the other day and I said anything that excites you can also depress you. So if you allow something to excite you or to get you in a state, you're also giving it equal and opposite powers to get you sad. So it's important that we operate from a place of being a little bit like neutral. And when I say neutral, I'm not saying like being like dry, but just understand that at the end of the day, you got to get to where you're going. You got to serve the people that you need to serve, and everything is just kind of sprinkles on top of the cake. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. And when you move like this, people are going to be attracted to you, especially women, because of your masculine indifference.
So you're saying that's kind of fine to not worry about women in particular, because that's part, like in my C-type goal, I have a whole section. I have like 3 different sections, and one of the section is the ideal woman that I would like to have. But based on what you're saying right now, you're saying just keep working on what I'm doing, and that girl will come into my life.
Absolutely. Every time I've gotten the baddest women, I'm not looking for them, right? And in the inner circle, I've showed the gentlemen the women that I'm dealing with, legitimate models, right? Women that men fantasize about. I
No
don't care about
cap.
these hoes. Yeah, I
Victoria's
don't care about
Secret
these
type
hoes.
women.
Yeah,
No cap.
and he said no cap.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's gonna happen for all of you. The more a man is focused on his mission, that's insanely attractive to women and to people. People start to buy into your vision. The same thing I said, like to Patrick, when you have that clarity and you know where you're going. This doesn't mean go into monk mode and not live life. We're human, so we're gonna have trivial things that we have to partake in. That's the beauty of this life is, and honestly, that's the beauty of being a boss, is you get to manage all of these different things that's gonna equip you to lead. But yes, I would absolutely focus on your development, especially as a young man. And people are going to continuously come in and out of your life for the rest of your life. And those that stick around for a reason. And now you're operating from a place of, abundance, and you could choose which woman you want to stay in life. I got attractive women that always text me. If I don't want to speak to them, I don't talk to them, and it makes them chase even more. I don't know why that is. That's just what it is.
Thank you.
And if I can add real quick, those friends that you have that you said aren't really on the same time, don't even worry about them. I'm not saying like cut them off, don't ever speak to them again, but they're not really of your concern. You know what I mean? And you're in
Yeah.
high school still. The second you graduate, they're gonna disappear, bro.
Yeah.
The second you graduate. And with the women, you had said that you want to like teach them or something.
Yeah, like I want to have a woman there to lead, like literally.
Listen, as long as you're doing what you're doing, she's just gonna follow your
Yeah.
example. It's as simple as
Yeah.
that. You don't need to
Yeah.
you don't need to tell her anything. You don't need to make her do nothing. Just be you, and she's
Yeah.
gonna want to be just like you.
I got you.
I agree, Davey. Well said. She's gonna naturally submit unto you and follow under your leadership because of the man that you are. I wouldn't. I was talking about this with Felipe because Felipe entered here specifically because he wanted to get better with women. And I told him, I said, hey, Felipe, trust this process. It's not going to be easy, but the first 2 months, we're going to work on everything but women. I also tell you, he was nervous. He's like, oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend this money just for that. Felipe just got his first date with a bad Colombian joint. He texted me the other day, he's like, oh my goodness, man, I got her number. So just focus on yourself, and a woman is going to come into your world, and because of the man that you are, she's going to submit unto you. I wouldn't operate from the position of wanting a woman. Yeah, we're men, we desire them, but you have to be indifferent because these bitches come and these bitches go. That's a fact.
I got you.
And there's nothing more draining than trying to tell your friends your dreams and they just don't get it.
Bro, you're
There's
saying
nothing more
that,
draining,
yo.
bro.
It's like
Oh
I'm
yeah,
talking. It's like I'm talking through one ear and it goes out the other. Like it's like talking to a wall.
Exactly, man. I
yeah,
know
yeah,
exactly what it's like, man. Don't
yeah.
even
Don't even
Yeah,
try that.
don't waste your
That's why
time.
you're in the brotherhood, man.
yeah,
That's yeah, don't even try that. And sometimes I think what you need to do as well in those situations, like you want to socialize, like Doug said. I mean, you're not gonna cut them all off, but when you go out, you socialize, you keep your boundaries. Like for example, for me, if I go out and I know I'm gonna be around people who are like into alcohol and stuff, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna take one drink and I stand on that one drink. After that drink, I also have a time. Like I'm there for like 2 hours, but I did socialize. I'm there for like 2 hours. I'm not gonna discuss anything of what I'm doing and my business and stuff because it's probably just gonna bounce off. But at at the end of the 2 hours, yo, guys, I'm out, and I'm
yeah,
gone, you know. So you also need to, yeah, you're leading yourself, you know, and sticking to your boundaries.
yeah, yeah. I would say for me, I keep it superficial with everybody. A person has to earn my depth, right? You know what I'm saying? Like no Diddy. Like a person has to earn the intellectual property of my mind. In order for me to partake in a profound conversation with somebody, they have to demonstrate one interest, they have to demonstrate a certain level of understanding, and then I can try to portray some ideas and we can feed back off of each other. But just to be going around talking profoundly with small minds, the majority of people don't have a C type. You go to 100 people right now on the street and ask them, what's your goal? They're wandering around like zombies. They don't have a goal. They don't know why they get up in the morning. So to try to talk and explain your vision that's profound to them, it's like talking to a
Right,
wall. Of course, that's going to frustrate you. You got to conserve your energy.
I
right.
got you.
Yes, sir. Fellas, any last questions, concerns?
I just want to make a comment. I want to shout out to you, Chris. This brother is 16 years old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
16
awesome.
years old. And let me,
He's
if just in case you guys didn't catch it, let me tell you what I heard him talk about. I heard him talk about his schedule, his routine, his content creation for his personal brand, a
Facts.
C-type goal that requires him to build a routine for his future, his appearance, his relationship capacity, growth, dealing with women, and his awareness. And also being present about his time and the energy that he spends with his peers.
Yeah.
16 years old.
on his way to greatness. That's what it is.
He's a leader.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Man,
man. You're a boss, dude. You're a boss.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate
he can
y'all.
knock a motherfucker out. And he can
Yeah,
fight.
you already know. You already know.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
man, you are black excellence, brother.
Thank
Sir.
you.
You are black excellence, man. Stay on it, man.
I will. I will.
Yeah.
Stay on it, brother.
Yeah, man. Stick to the plan.
Yeah, like I told you, man, you're ahead of the pack because when I was 16, man, I wasn't thinking
We
about
all
shit.
no, man.
Salute to you. Salute to you, man. Man, I'm glad you're on this call. I got
Thank you.
chills on my arms.
Yeah.
Man, that's so powerful, man.
Yeah, I'm
You,
not gonna lie. He's one of the only 16-year-olds I would accept because you have to be 18 like to be in here. But I saw him, I was like, and he's
Yeah,
Haitian.
I remember when I first saw like the group and I saw I was 18, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to lie about my age. But I'm like, no, I don't lie. So I came in, I was honest with y'all the first call, and then from there on,
Yeah,
like I'm here now.
yeah.
man, I'm
That's
glad
why I
you're
let
here.
you in too. I mean, I respected that you actually told the truth. Because I get like a lot of kids that like lie, like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm
like
19. Yeah.
Blow my head off, man. I love to see it though, man. I love to see it, man. Oh man.
That's the Haitian
Yeah.
parenting, man.
Man.
Parents don't play.
il pas joué même Dudley.
Exactement. You pas jouer, man.
Mm-mm.
So, All right, fellas. Happy Thursday, man. Stay locked in, fellas. It's always a pleasure speaking to you guys. I love serving you guys. I love seeing you guys grow. And like I said, this is only the beginning. We got a lot of things that are cooking in the background, a lot of resources that's coming. Just stay tuned, fellas. Like I said, a lot more value that's definitely on the way, man.
Can I say this one last thing?
Of course.
We appreciate you, Dudley. We do. And I wanted to share this with Chris because I talked to my uncle. He's in his 80s, right? And I haven't talked to him much in the last year or so, but I talked to him. And one of the things he said that stuck with me that I'm gonna share with you is he said, nephew, we all got to take care of our business. It's always a bunch of things that we have to do that we don't want to do, but have fun. Have fun. This from an 80-year-old man, like he's sick, he's been going through it, he's been through the motion, but have fun, man. Have fun.
Yeah.
That's for you, Chris. You know what I'm saying? That's for
Also,
you.
yeah,
know
the process is stressful, but it's fun though. Like I like the stress. I like all this like work I gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget your leisure time, man. Don't forget your
Oh
leisure
yeah,
time.
for sure, yeah.
He's a
Definitely.
dog, Jacob. He's a dog,
Man.
man. I'm telling you.
It's good to see y'all, man. Y'all have a good week, man.
Sir. All
You
right,
too, bro.
fellas. Salute.
Salute.
Good end to the year for everybody. See you on the next call. Salute.
Yo.
Peace.